Hello students, welcome back to our channel. This dictation is specially prepared for steno aspirants and candidates appearing for the Senior Scale Stenographer examination. The speed of this passage is 100 words per minute. Get your notebooks ready, sit comfortably, maintain proper posture and focus on accuracy along with speed. We will begin in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
In the court of the Principal District and Sessions Judge, the criminal appeal was taken up for final arguments at 11 o'clock in the forenoon full stop. Learned counsel appearing for the appellant submitted that the conviction recorded by the trial court was unsustainable in law as well as on facts, primarily because material evidence had been misread and relevant defense contentions had been ignored without adequate reasoning. Full stop. It was argued that the impugned judgment reflected a mechanical appreciation of testimony and failed to examine whether the prosecution had discharged its burden of proving the allegations beyond reasonable doubt. Full stop. Counsel for the appellant further contended that the prosecution witnesses were not independent and their statements suffered from inherent contradictions regarding the time, place, and manner of the alleged occurrence. Full stop. It was emphasized that improvements had been introduced during examination in chief which were not present in the original complaint or in earlier police statements. Full stop. Stanza. According to the defense, such discrepancies went to the root of the matter and raised serious doubts about the veracity of the witnesses. Full stop. The court was urged to consider whether the testimony could safely be relied upon for sustaining a conviction. Full stop. The learned public prosecutor opposed the appeal and submitted that the trial court had conducted a thorough analysis of oral as well as documentary evidence before arriving at its conclusion. Full stop. It was argued that minor inconsistencies were natural due to lapse of time and could not overshadow the consistent core narrative establishing the guilt of the accused. Full stop. The prosecutor maintained that the medical evidence corroborated the ocular testimony and that the forensic analysis supported the prosecution's theory. Full stop. It was further submitted that the motive for the offense had been clearly established through credible and admissible material on record. Full stop. During the course of hearing, the court questioned the parties regarding the delay in recording the statements of certain witnesses under the relevant procedural provisions. Full stop. Stanza. The defense argued that the unexplained delay indicated afterthought and tutoring by the investigating agency. Full stop. Conversely, the prosecution asserted that the delay was occasioned by genuine administrative constraints and by the witnesses' initial reluctance to come forward due to fear and social pressure. Full stop. The court observed that while delay by itself was not fatal, it required careful scrutiny to determine whether it had caused prejudice to the accused or compromised the fairness of investigation. Full stop. Attention was also drawn to the alleged recovery of incriminating articles said to have been seized from the possession of the accused pursuant to a disclosure statement full stop. The defense contended that the mandatory safeguards governing search and seizure had not been followed and that independent witnesses were either absent or unreliable full stop. It was argued that the recovery memo contained overwriting and lacked proper certification, thereby undermining its evidentiary value full stop. The prosecution, however, insisted that the procedure adopted was lawful and that the presence of official witnesses was sufficient to establish authenticity and continuity of the chain of custody full stop. The admissibility of electronic evidence formed another significant aspect of the arguments full stop.